The MacBook Neo literally broke the internet when it was released, and plenty of people bought it to make music on it as well. And at $600 it was an amazing value as a portable device for music production. But recently Apple increased the price to $700, so is it still worth it? In this video we're gonna see what the experience is like when making beats in Ableton Live using more demanding plugins like Kontakt. Compare it to an old MacBook Pro 14 that you can get used for around the same price, and I will also briefly give you my general impressions of it as a laptop. So here I have this base model with 256 gigs of storage, and initially when MacBook Neo came out, a lot of people were skeptical of its capabilities for making music because of the 8 GB of RAM and the fact that it uses an iPhone chip. But iPhone chips have been incredibly powerful for a while now, so with a single core that's pretty close to an M4 chip, which is, by the way, still higher than most Windows laptops these days, and a multi-core score similar to an M1 chip, you know it packs some punch. So for those of you who aren't computer nerds, in a DAW scenario, single-core score determines how much CPU load it can deal with on one track, and more tracks is where the multi-core score comes in. The better the score, the more tracks it can handle without crackles or without the need to raise your buffer size too much. And there is one caveat in this regard when it comes to Ableton Live, but more on that a bit later in the video. Now, when it comes to making music, this feels like a Mac. It performs great at low latencies, and if you're not gonna be recording external audio, you don't even need an audio interface. Unlike on Windows, where you simply can't get good latency performance without an audio interface, this laptop, like every Mac, provides that right out of the box. And no, ASU for all and similar generic solutions on Windows don't even come close. Trust me, I have a Windows PC as well, so without an audio interface, it's not good for working in a DAW, unlike this MacBook Neo. So this essentially means that this is a super portable music machine. Just plug in a controller and a pair of headphones, and you have a small, affordable, very easy to carry music studio with great battery life, no fan noise, because there's no fan, and a very respectable performance when it comes to running Ableton Live and other DAWs. Honestly, I know a lot of you will disagree, but for portable beat making, dude, give me this over an MPC any day. It runs live, reasonable number of tracks, even with some heavy VSTs like Kontakt or Arturia Analog Lab. And it's just so light and small. Obviously, the number of tracks that it can handle will vary based on the plugin, the preset, and the number of voices you're playing, with polyphonic parts using significantly more resources. I had several beatmaking sessions using some Kontakt libraries, and it handled instruments like Diamond and Duet quite easily. No problem at all. With heavier ones like, let's say, Vocal Colors or Electric Mint, they worked too, but adding multiple tracks with them and using too much polyphony made it struggle a bit. So overall, if you're not trying to deliberately stress it and test its limits, it can handle plenty of Kontakt instruments, and overall in regular sessions I don't only use Kontakt or other demanding plugins. I use several instances of them, but it's a mixture of plugins, stock devices, and audio tracks. By the way, this is all happening at a buffer size of 64 samples. So when finger drumming or playing keys, it feels just as responsive as any standalone Groovebox. And making beats with this setup feels really good. It's smooth, doesn't lag, and since the trackpad is really good, you also don't need a mouse. So that's yet another device alongside the audio interface that you can work without. So just to give you some examples of the load that the MacBook Neo can handle, at 128 buffer size I managed to get 35 tracks with virtual instruments running smoothly and playing at the same time. And keep in mind, usually not all tracks in your projects will be playing at the same time, so this is a worst case scenario. Out of these, 10 tracks were instances of Kontakt and 5 instances of Arturo's Analog Lab Pro, which is also a CPU hog, and the rest were stock plugins. And by increasing the buffer size to 512, I managed to get 45 tracks playing back without crackles, so 12 instances of Kontakt and 6 instances of Analog Lab Pro. Considering these are all MIDI tracks with some demanding plugins running in real time, this is pretty good, and if you use lighter instruments or audio tracks, you can probably get upwards of 60 to 70 tracks, which honestly, if you need more, then why are you even looking at a MacBook Neo? Now obviously you will need an audio interface to record instruments or vocals, but for sampling you can just plug in your iPhone and it will appear as an audio input in Ableton Live. So you can sample right into the DAW, similarly to how it works with Ableton Move or MPC Sample. And I'm sorry for assuming that everyone has an iPhone. I know that's not the case, and if you're an Android, then tough luck. And sure, maybe long-time Mac users already know all of this, but for a huge number of people, MacBook Neo is their first Mac. So not everyone will be familiar with the experience of making music on a Mac. And this all holds true for a MacBook Air as well, but the price is what makes the Neo so attractive. So the initial price of $600 was crazy for a brand new MacBook, and unfortunately since then the RAM and storage crisis has caused Apple to raise the prices of almost all of their products. So now at $700, I would say it's still a very good deal if you're looking to buy a brand new MacBook. But it's not a crazy good deal like it was in the beginning. And I say it's good because the second cheapest MacBook, the 13-inch MacBook Air, also went up in price, and at $1,300, it's almost double the price. And of course, we in the EU don't even get these prices. The current official price of the Neo base model is a little less than €800. So outside of the DAW performance, this is a very nice laptop. Excellent build quality and feel, very decent screen, speakers and trackpad, great battery life and very respectable performance for the price. In terms of downsides, honestly, I can live with the non-backlit keyboard, and the thing that takes some getting used to is the size of the screen. It's quite small and not quite as high-end as on others more expensive laptops, but still a very good screen. So even if it performs really well, we have to be clear here. This is no MacBook Pro. Even this old M1 Pro 14 MacBook Pro from 2021 outperforms it in terms of number of tracks it can handle in Ableton Live, as it has a better multi-core performance. But there's also the caveat that I mentioned in the beginning. Ableton Live can only use the performance cores on your Apple Silicon Mac, and these Pro chips just have more of them, so they perform better even this 5-year-old M1 Pro. And depending on where you live, the price of a brand new MacBook Neo may be comparable to a used MacBook Pro M1 14-inch. And there are just two cons to the MacBook Pro. It's noticeably heavier to carry around, and since it's an older model, it's possible that Apple may stop releasing OS updates for it in the coming, let's say, 1 or 2 years, like they do with every Mac that's more than 6 or 7 years old. Other than that, the Pro is better in every possible aspect. It's an incredible machine, and even if the screen size difference of only 1 inch sounds negligible, in practice it feels a lot bigger and more comfortable to work with. But buying used isn't everyone's cup of tea, and finding one that's slightly used and in pristine condition may not be that easy. And of course, for the same price you have other options like used MacBook Air, which will still perform better than the Neo. But if you want the maximum portability and want the peace of mind of a new laptop, the Neo is a great choice for the price, even after the price hike. I mean, all other Macs have increased in price as well, and Windows laptops at this price, they just can't compete, as they were hit by the RAM and storage crisis as well. Unfortunately, due to the AI boom, everything got more expensive, and it sucks for us music tech enthusiasts. But honestly, for music production, give me the Neo over any Windows laptop, even if the Windows laptop has more RAM. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience here. This thing provides a really good experience for making music in Ableton Live that honestly only a higher end Mac can beat. Okay, just a quick plug before we wrap the video up. So if you want to add some thick and punchy bass sounds to your library, check out my Ableton Live packs from the link in the video description down below. Specifically the latest one, Electric BAP, or for the best value, you can get the complete heat bundle, which includes all packs. And getting the packs is also a great way to support what I do, so I can bring you more videos like this one. And this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you later.